Hey guys, it's your boy Roy. I bet you clicked on this video for one of two reasons. One, you want to get a good idea of how it looks and what it takes to Sprite animate, which I don't blame you for. Or two, you can't afford one of those softwares that require money to use, which nobody has time for that, and I don't blame you because I'm literally one of those people. Anyway, enough talk. Today's video, I will show you how to Sprite animate in KineMaster, and also keep in mind, this is a bit of a different video than what I'm used to making, so I'll try my best to cover as much as I can here. All you need is the KineMaster app. That means like no plugins or extra things for it. You literally just need the app and that's it. Alright, let's go. Alright, so here we are on the KineMaster main menu. Also, I know you see a check mark over the crown on the top left. Don't worry about that. That's KineMaster Premium. That I have it, but you don't need to get it, believe me. So I'm going to go into the intro that you just saw. So I'm going to click on this because I'm going to show you all basically the timeline. So I'm going to click this button that's highlighted on the bottom left. And this is the timeline basically for all the pictures, music, effects, just basically everything you put into the video editing software itself, you know. And on the bottom left here, like this, what I'm moving right now, that's basically a preview of what everything basically looks like from here on out. Alright, now let's get into it. Alright, so here we are in the main menu again. Yes, I know the thing is zoomed in, but I'm gonna need you guys to see without struggling to view what's going on. So, up here, which says create new, we're gonna want to do that obviously. Make sure the aspect ratio is 16:9, not any of these other 6 aspect ratios. I mean, you can if you want, obviously, but for the sake of the video, 16:9. And you could just call it whatever, but we're just gonna call it test, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna create, and alright, so right here, you're gonna wanna get a background asset. I'm gonna go get a video asset. We're gonna use, let's say, this for example. And once again, like I said before, you don't need KineMaster Premium. I have it, but you don't have to have it. And normally there'd be a KineMaster watermark on the top right of the editing screen, but I don't have that because obviously premium, but that's besides the point. Regardless, we're gonna want to click layer like I just did there, so click layer, and out of these 5 options we're gonna click media, and then we're gonna get a sprite asset, which, by the way, make sure you have a sprite asset ready, because you're going to want to have that. You can go on Spriter's resource and probably find something there and use that. And you're probably going to want an image editor as well. Something like, you know, a Sprite or Photopea, one of those two, for example. Regardless, I have my Sprite here. You know, obviously scale it up or down for size. We're just going to make it this size because it seems correct. So we're gonna take this Mega Man version of me, just put it just right there, honestly, just right in the middle, make it look nice. Okay, next we're gonna click on the timeline of the Mega Man, and we are going to trim it. We're not gonna do the first 2, we're gonna just split it up right now, and just split it up. Then we want to click this timeline that we just split, the far right one. And you want to click replace that I am highlighting right now. So replace it. I'm going to go back and get a jumping sprite wherever I put that, which is right here. Okay, just like that. Okay, it's a little bit cut down. I needed to not do that. So I'm just going to fix that real quick. Okay. Alright, we have Mega Man jumping just like this. You can see it almost looks right, however, I'm going to move it up a bit, that way it can look correct. So, just like that, see? And now, here comes one of the tedious parts of sprite animating in a way. So, we are going to move this slightly to the right here, just go through the video and just slowly move it right. Alright, you see this thing on the left that just popped up, which is this that I'm highlighting right now. You're gonna want to click that because this is the keyframes, basically. And like I said, this will be a key part of the video. Alright, but if you're confused again, we're gonna click on the jumping one. We're gonna slightly move right. We're gonna click this keyframe here where I'm highlighting, so click the plus. And it's gonna make the extra keyframe. And then after that keyframe is made, you can move it wherever you want, like here or here. It's gonna make keyframes just like that. So when you go back and play it, like so, it's gonna look like all of that, basically. It's gonna look like that. Okay. I'm gonna delete this real quick. Alright. So, for the keyframes, again, you can move it around like I'm doing right now. You can move around. It's gonna make a keyframe automatically. I'm gonna try to ease it up on the middle. It may take a while to figure out positioning as well, but you don't have to worry too much. So we're gonna play it now. See, that looks good. That looks good. You can also use this transform and position it yourself without moving your finger around or whatever. I prefer doing this because it's easier to match up in line with the sprite sometimes. Okay. I'm going to make an extra keyframe now and move it downward towards the middle, just like so. And then since I'm done now, we are going to just split this. Now let's have a look at it one more time. Okay, yeah, that's good. That is good. And now, since we split this part of the timeline with the jump, we're going to replace it once again. And I'm going to find another sprite to match for it. It's going to be in my download tab though. Alright, let's grab this. Alright, now you see how it's not only facing towards the other way, but it's very small. You want to make sure the sprite is on the same scale as the other sprites. So let me check what scale it's at. Okay, well, this is at like almost 0.8, and this is almost at what? 0.5. Okay, so we want to make this like that. Okay. And then we also want to flip it around, so we're going to press this button on the mirroring. Just like that. And also it's shifted a little bit to the right. So we are going to move this a little left and also a little bit up. Let's see how it looks so far. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect, by the way. This does not have to be perfect. One thing you can do is overlap the sprites just to see where it needs to go. So just move it. And then... okay, that should be good to go. Let's see. Let's just do a quick test run. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Let me trim this to the right so it doesn't repeat itself, by the way. Okay. So let me play it one more time just to make sure. Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay. Like I said, don't let the sprites overlap, otherwise it's gonna look weird like before. So what you want to do is kind of just move it a little to the right. Not too much. Okay, well, it's doing that weird thing, but you want to just slightly move your timeline to the right until the sprite disappears. So I'm kind of just waiting right now. Okay, you see how the sprite disappeared after that? So like, we're at this timeline, move slightly right, it's gone. So then we want to take this and move it there. That way it can connect fully, and then we still have our sprite looking good and transforming. Alright, since we got that out of the way, let's actually animate, I'm gonna actually animate myself to be attacking, so let me grab this real quick. I'm gonna make a keyframe, and we're going to just move him to the left. And I'm gonna trim it, make sure that looks correct. Okay, yes it does. Now, I'm going to replace, and then let's grab this one. And once again, it's small in size, so to match the cropping size, so what is it? Okay. And then this size is, yeah, no, it needs to be that. There we go. Okay. And let's try to get a good positioning on it. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to at least make it look as accurate as you can get it. Yeah, honestly, good enough for me. Okay. Now, let me just grab a random sprite to attack. I'm gonna just grab one of my friend's sprites, honestly. So, let's put her right there. I'm gonna make her just a bit bigger. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna just put a transition on it. You can do what you want with it, obviously, but for the sake of the video, I'll keep it simple. So right here, make a different split timeline, and I want to replace this with the other, with the one that's shooting, just like so. Alright, now comes the big part. We want to grab our attack, in which case will be a bullet. So let me just grab this great bullet and try to make it the size of this cannon here. I'm going to just use this here for a minute. Yeah, let's just put it at that ratio. Let me move it. Oh, no, my bad. Let's move it to the left, and it seems to be it's overlapping with our sprites, but that's fine. I'm gonna send it backward, that way it looks like we're actually shooting it out. So let's put a keyframe, and then we want it to shoot at Odd Wolf. Okay. How that looks for a minute. Okay, yeah, perfect. Trim that out, and now I want the hurtbox effect. So we're just going to do. Where's my? There it is, hurtbox. All right, so this is the hurtbox effect. Okay, got our hurtbox effect to make it look realistic. I'm gonna just put it to yeah, right there should be good. So in line with the hurtbox, I actually want to replace the Owl Sprite too. So let me go to Owl Sprites and then get Hurt 1, there we go. And at the end, we want to put it back to what we just had it on, so we can progress. So let's see how it looks right now. Oh, I just realized there's a transition on it. I don't want that. The transition on both of those. That's why it looked so weird. Don't worry though, we fixed it. We're gonna put a random number. That transition on it, and a fade transition. We don't want the number to stay for long, so we can just do this now. Also, for the sake of this video, I won't be putting music in it, but what we will need to do is put sound effects in it. So what we want to do here is go to audio, and honestly, whatever you put your songs and sound effects in, go to that. For me, it's gonna be in like songs, but I'm going to search for it. So yeah, Mega Man sound effects. Alright, so after a while I found my sound effects. So what we're gonna do is match up the sound effects with the animation in a way. So let's see, where am I shooting from here? So right here, basically. I'm gonna put that sound effect right here, and then when we play it, it should look like this. Yep. Alright, now I'm gonna grab that other sound effect. Since all have been hit, we are going to put it on the exact same area where she just got hit, just like here. So when we play it, it should sound and look like this. Yep, just like that. Perfect. And that's basically how to do an attack in a way. But again, you can do it however your mind envisions doing attacks. There's plenty of things you can do, but I just did something basic for this video. However, I am going to change the background color, and for that we want to click on the media timeline here, and yeah, you want to click the background and then adjustments. You can do filter if you want, but there's a setting in here for adjustment. First, I'm gonna make the saturation a bit up, get a nice color in. Then we want to go all the way down the hue, which will change the background color into anything. So I want to just keep this, I want to try to make this red, yeah. Alright, I got my other sound effects, and this animation is basically good to go, for me at least. You guys can finish up whenever y'all want to, obviously, but I'm basically finished for the video. So once you guys are done with your sprite animation, however long you made it, you want to click the white button up here. I'm going to show you where it's at, where my mouse is at right now. Just click that, and you should be brought to a screen where you can export the video, if it will take me there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it will bring you to a exporting screen, which you're going to want to do, obviously. So you can choose whatever quality you want to make it, but I'm gonna make it 1080p 60, obviously. And this this bar down here is basically the bitrate you want to make it. I'm not gonna make it too much. I'm just gonna make it like, yeah, there we go. And then you want to click save as video, and it's just going to export however long it's going to take. And right now it's going to export with this bar here. So the bigger the video is, or the longer the video is, honestly, the bigger the file size is, really. Depending on what quality you're also trying to use as well. Okay, and there we go. We see it on the top right here that it's done exporting, and let's just give it a quick test review, see if it looks correct, and if it doesn't, we can always go back and edit it. So let's see. So after looking at that, that looked good to me, in my opinion. So I'm going to click this button down here, and we're going to see the timeline, and we can see the amount of sound effects we used, and also the sprites we have used for the sprite animation. That was kind of just the basics of sprite animating on KineMaster. There's not much else that I can really teach right now, but if you want to see more of this, then I will do my best to do another video on this and try to go through more things, because again, this is my first time doing a different kind of video like this, so it's not going to be perfect, I imagine. But either way, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to leave a like. New to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Support everyone in the crew. And as always, we shall see each other in the next video or live stream. So, bye-bye!